What's up guys, it's Average Joel, making average content for the average viewer, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that I believe is the backbone of Call of Duty. And no, I'm not talking about toxic game chats and 12-year-olds bending your mum over and taking her to Browntown. I'm talking about stats, statistics, and more to the point, how in Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare to a lesser extent, they are as meaningless as a stripper telling you that she can tell you're a bit of a big boy. If you enjoy this content, make sure you slap that like button, and if you're brand new to the channel or yet to subscribe, just do it. Just touch the button. Go on, just a tip. So, do you remember back when you were 12 and Call of Duty was just blowing up and you really believed that you were good at the game and you were playing football at break, but then you went to kick the ball and slipped and twisted your ankle and fell on your ass and ended up being a big fat ginger sweaty mess crying on the floor whilst dickhead Paul over there shouted, "Why are you so shit at sports, Sol?" No. I don't remember that either. Anyway, my point is, back then, to me at least, it meant something to be good at Call of Duty, and for some people, it was the only thing they had that they were good at, and all of this could be verified by saying, "What's your KD then?" But what Activision has done to this franchise has robbed us of that, and essentially robbed little kids of their ability to shine at something, because now every kid thinks that they are as good as the last, and if there's one thing that we have learned over the past few days, is that you've got to stop lying to the kids. Now, the reason that I say that your KD and stats in general don't matter anymore is down to a number of reasons, and these reasons are 100% intentional because Big Daddy Activision is hell-bent on making everyone think that they are equal in the game because they want to be able to sell these kids a bloody Christmas tree weapon charm and a gun skin with a walking, talking weed leaf on it. So, the first way that they do this is, of course, by implementing super strict skill-based matchmaking into the game. This means that no matter what your skill is, you will be out with other players who are essentially clones of you. They play the same way, they take the same rush routes, they use the same weapons, and all this means that if you're a bad player, you will get matched up with equally bad players and go 20 to 10 in a match occasionally, and if you're really good, then you will have to strap up your arm with a belt and slap the shit out of that fucker to find a goddamn vein for that mainline G Fuel IV, just so you can go ahead and get the exact same bloody score. All of this means someone like Sbmm, who is a sensational player, has a 1.9 something KD, and so do some of my friends. Meanwhile, I have people that I know personally who are extremely casual players, and they're sitting pretty on a 1.3 KD, meaning that from the below average to the best in the world, there is only a variance of about 0.6. So that's KD out the window, gone. It doesn't mean anything to anyone anymore, but equally, if you do have a KD that's over a 4 or even a 3, if we're being honest, it means you're manipulating the system and you're essentially a cheater. Well, that's okay. You might be thinking, when I was young, if someone had a higher KD than me, I would just ask them what their win-loss ratio was. This way you could tell if they were backing out before they went negative. Well, guess what? In Black Ops Cold War, you don't even have the ability to play for the win if you're solo queuing at least, because the game has already decided who's winning the game before it's even started. Most people you know will not have a win-loss that's above 2, and that is because if you win a couple of games in a row, then it's your turn to have a few where you get absolutely shat on. It's ironic that in a game that is solely about the Cold War, that the biggest running theme is the communist-based matchmaking system. This bloody participation trophy culture that means that you cannot shine Activision's video games because for someone to shine, someone else has to fall. That's fine though, because the biggest stat that you can always fall back on is your skill per minute, because the only way that you can carry a high score per minute is to rush into the action, getting a high amount of kills and playing the objective for the win. Well, guess again, buddy, because I think that Treyarch must have had bloody Bear Grylls giving them some sort of consultation on the game, because the way that they have made this game creates more campers than Glastonbury Festival. Obviously, I don't mean camping in the same way as Modern Warfare, whereby you just sit in a corner and cower with a 7.25 4 claymores and tickling your own prostate, but I mean that every game plays out with people holding long lines of sight with a bloody burst weapon. Now, in previous Call of Duties, this might not have made such an issue, because at least you'd be safe in the knowledge that you would have a better score per minute than these chumps. But no. In Black Ops Cold War, these guys get rewarded for playing like this. If you play a game and go 35 to 20 whilst playing the objective hard, you might have a score per minute of about 600 to 700. Whereas if you're on the losing team with the same score but no objectives captured and went on 2 10 kill streaks with your bloody Star Wars Blaster M16, then your score per minute is going to be triple that, because they messed with one of the fundamental things in Call of Duty, that being the score streaks. they changed these about so much that it completely undermined the whole score per minute system, because hard pushing the objective and dying 3 times for 7 kills but capping the B flag is worth diddly squat compared to sitting in the sand dunes on satellite and picking off people at a distance. All of this comes together to form a combat record that means nothing. Zilch. There is not one player statistic in this game that can prove what type of player you are, or even where you fall in the general community, because hard, aggressive playstyles are not rewarded anywhere near as much as more passive head glitch huggers. And that is exactly what they want. They don't want little Johnny Boy at school gloating about how good he is at COD, because it means that little Timmy won't bother playing it anymore because he can't be good, so why would he bother? But the fact of the matter is that all of this will eventually mean that no one will be seeing any improvements to their gameplay, and ultimately they will get bored. When you can't go for camos because the skill-based matchmaking system is tearing you a new one, and you can't see how your stats have improved because they are essentially meaningless, in the long run you are left with a completely hollow experience that you begin to realize is just all fabricated because nothing you do matters. There's no point in getting better because you've got nothing to show for it. And it sucks, because I love this franchise and I will continue to play it, but at the moment, when you couple all of this with the bare bones beta version of the game that we have, that has about as much content as the Hungry Caterpillar, it just starts to get a bit boring. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on stats in Cold War. Let me know if you agree with me. Those of you who have watched these videos for a while will know that I love to see who sticks around until the end, so if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Would you rather see the current score streak system or go back to a more traditional style of score streaks? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.